Okay, so here's Ty Rivera. I know him from the Las Vegas comedy scene. Melton, I never saw any of Melton's coverage on him because I thought
think that we watched a lot of it, but we didn't retain.
We didn't retain
because it was so boring.
It was so boring. But I guess this guy's a Comedy Store comic, and now he's moved to Austin, and all the comics know him. So he's not some nobody. I guess in the comedy scene, he's very well known by people like Fahim Armwar or Buddy Noogie. What is this kid's name? Brendan O'Flogla. The Comedy Store's got some real rats in it. And when those lockdowns came, what people don't understand is I had a big hand in getting this country locked down and extending those lockdowns, especially in Los Angeles. I was trying to get that Comedy Store out of business. I was so close, too. Our second option, of course, we were going to fill it with sand during COVID, but we got shut down at the last second as the bulldozers and trucks of sand came in. Of course, they stopped it immediately. They said, no, we did not approve this. So Ty Rivera's been working there. He's moved to Austin because he's been sold a dream, right? That Joe Rogan's Mothership is going to pay him unbelievably and give him the spots of a lifetime and turn him into, we've heard this Joe Rogan dream, this promise. You move to Austin and Joe Rogan's going to take care of you. He's going to set you up with a starter home. Joe Rogan's going to set you up. Have you seen where these people in Austin are living, Jules?
I haven't.
Because I've seen a couple of these. We can't show this outside of the house. That's a dox now. But where all these comics who are moving, they're moving into brand new suburban starter neighborhoods. Okay? These are what's called developments. Yeah. You ever had a friend who lived in a development? This is where the neighborhood is freshly built. They got 6 or 7 model homes. You could choose from one of the models, and they usually vary in price range from smallest model to most luxury 5-bedroom model. Ooh, we're going to have 5 kids. And they all live in these starter houses, like a house my dumbass dad would buy for $175K when, we were starting 4th grade. Some dumbass house where the trees outside are this tall because they can't even plant a big tree. It's a starter neighborhood. All the trees start as tiny trees. That's something, I can't believe these people move into these neighborhoods. It's like, so for 30 years, you have to live there before you get a tree like that's in a movie.
It's crazy.
I mean, think about what you're doing to your kids. If you're one of these whack-ass dads who moved your family into one of these cheap, build-it-in-a-day starter homes, because you wanted to be a big shot with your house.
People don't have a choice.
Oh, they've got a choice, and I'm going to give them the choice now. I always have an opportunity for people. I always have.
I'm listening.
This is a talk on mercy.
The power of mercy.
Like the power of mercy. Don't move into the starter home. You want to move in. Here's how you know where to move. Doesn't matter rich or poor. Move into a neighborhood, especially if you're having kids. The neighborhood has to have adult trees. Yep. That's how you know. You want to make your kid drop. What is he going to do? Make a tree house out of that little starter tree that's tied up with twine because it's going to fall over from the wind?
It needs protection from deers still.
Yeah, it's like, can these new neighborhoods, you're still paying. And now, by the way, a starter home neighborhood is a $400,000 to $700,000 shitty house. It's not like they're $60,000 anymore. These military-looking developments that people live in.
Yes, I just saw this one in Phoenix. That video that we watched where they're
like $600,000
square feet, tiny little houses in Phoenix, and they're still like $350,000 for like one room.
And you're not, all the finishes are cheap. You could go to Home Depot and get the whole house. You could buy all the materials in stock at Home Depot.
They're scamming these people. Where else are
they
supposed to
scamming
move
them?
Other than
it is a scam.
Tree neighborhood.
You need to move to the trees need to be tall enough to climb. That's how you know a neighborhood's good. It's tried and tested. The house has lasted, and you've got the coverage of a forest. Think about how nice a neighborhood looks in a movie. Leaves all over the ground. You're under the canopy of the trees. It makes for a beautiful vibe. And you go to a starter home neighborhood, you might not even realize what's so off about it to you, but it's because the trees are tiny twigs, and there's no plants anywhere, and it's hot as fuck. There's no shade, and all the houses are made out of plastic. So you got to stop moving there, and that's where, look, Ty's in one of these starter homes in Austin. You know, and they've all got 2 or 3 roommates, the comedians moving to Austin. You can tell this is all starter home material. You know, now this door handle, by the way, this used to be a cool office door for the rich. This handle, this is a starter home handle. Now, they've made our homes look like cheap offices now. Have you noticed this? Your new home has all the luxuries of a very cheap office.
I don't think you're allowed to have a
turning one because it'll burn.
Against fire
code.
now.
So because of the fire codes, you're getting all this crap, hollowed out doors. I mean, imagine your bed. His bed is right here. Ty Rivera, he's doing this broadcast. Look at his TV. Oh, well, why? That's not a TV at all. It's an electrical panel box.
Well, it's still technology.
That's what his screen is. It's a vertical screen. And he lays in bed and he watches the
box, just like the TV. It's still the same.
There you go. I was going to say he watches to make sure that none of the circuits break. So here he is, Ty Rivera, and he does this show. I'll just play a little bit because there's some exciting stuff. I'll cut to the chase. I'll get to the good stuff. I've watched I've seen everything that's happened on YouTube in the last 2 weeks. Any questions you have about any content, I can tell you all about it. I've assumed you've watched it too, though.
I honestly, in my heart of hearts, do believe that Mothership could be everything that they're saying it is online. I'm just saying right now it's not living up, and a lot of what you're hearing about it is a lie, even if people don't realize that they're lying. That's the thing that people need to understand about the Mothership. Yes, the Mothership is a great club if they're being good to you and if they're going to treat you fair. But as far as the Mothership being actually necessary to your career, the Mothership is not the end-all and be-all of stand-up comedy. And if you ask me, for as much as Joe and his friends would like to say the Mothership is the most like the Comedy Store,
It's just like the Comedy Store.
It is.
Yeah.
even when I was doing the most spots there, I would have told you that is not true. The Mothership is very exclusive. Everybody was welcomed in the Comedy Store. So that meant people that were maybe a little bit off. There were some street people that hung out there all the time. Boone Chakalaka, who recently
So
passed
his beef is that the Mothership is giving the spots to the stars of comedy instead of the street people of comedy.
I was just about to say,
I can't believe Joe would do that. I hate an exclusive. When I ran a comedy club, I always said, who were the worst LGBT starter comics that are out? Because I want to make sure we get them up first. I would never pick my good friends or the people who did well at the club. I wanted it to be a mix of every person in the scene so that they all have a chance, especially the lesbian comics like Cameron Esposito. So his beef, I can shorten this up for you. He's not going to like this. His beef is he doesn't get enough spots at the Comedy Store. Again, I'll show you a zoom up of his face. So what he lacks in spots at the Comedy Store, he makes up for spots on his face. These are, of course, these warts were actually, well, he tried to kill himself using a pellet gun on the outside of his face. So he was going like this. And they just get lodged in there. I would say cover those up with some, maybe it's Maybelline concealer. And then you could just say that you have the wart problem. And then I would also cover up the clown tattoo, cover these tattoos up, and I would get brown contacts. And then I would also get a business suit so that you could be taken seriously. And then maybe you get spots. Regardless, I don't want to be on your bad side. I'm a friend to you, Ty Rivera. Remember those words before any of the other ones. Because I don't need how Ty Rivera is making a video about me. I am on your side, and I always will be, and that's financially, too. I am ready to, whatever support you need throughout your life, I am here to give it to you. So don't blow that, and don't blow the clout with me either. Okay, now that we got that out of the way.
I was going to say I can summarize the first 2 videos in one sentence.
You can. Okay, go ahead.
Can't you? He basically just complains for 30 minutes that Adam Eget gives all the spots at the Comedy Store to Kim Congdon and Sarah and never to him. So he's quitting.
So his beef is that the booker of the Comedy Mothership, he's not a good booker. I mean, trust me, you want a good booker for that Mothership, hire me. Because I'll change that. I'll shake that scene up with my bookings. But this Adam Egan or Egid, I don't trust him either. I've seen his face. I've heard the stories about him. I don't trust any of the Comedy Store people. The only thing the Comedy Store's got going for it is that they're on the Sunset Strip. You could put any building on the Sunset Strip and it will be successful every night of the year. I mean, this is like if you built a store on the Universal Studio lot in Florida. It's going to work. They've got customers. So, okay, part 1 just goes over how he doesn't get spots. They're sending him to Sarah Weinshank. What does part 2 go over? The same thing?
I don't even want to give him the
same.
Well, look, he starts part 2.
It's more Sarah and Kim focused, but he doesn't say a lot more. He just kind of talks about how...
Well, let's just see this clip he's playing. Here's Sarah Weinshank and Kim Congdon. And we know them, right, fellas? Certainly we've got their pics archived, let's just say. I hope they know that. I've been collecting pictures of the two of them since their start on Kill Tony.
Wow.
And screenshots of them from videos, with thousands and thousands, depending on the frames per second. But yes, thousands I've archived, and let's see, Ty's going after my girls.
I don't even want to give him the satisfaction of saying his name because he doesn't even deserve the follows. He could use them, but he's not going to get them. Oh.
They're showing.
What's up, everybody? Ty Rivera
receipts.
here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the
he's
world.
gay.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to ask that you like...
Oh, so if you're so gay, will you suck my dick then? I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Is it gay? What does that mean? Gonna fuck me in my butt? I mean, what are we talking about here? Sorry, that's my new confusion with LGBT.
Very good.
Okay, let's just hear what he's got to say real quick here, and then I got some good stuff.
Comment and subscribe. If you want to comment just to help me on the algorithm, but you don't know what to comment, just leave.
Let me guess, I'm not your type. You know how many gay guys say this to me? Oh, sweetie, you're not my type. Does that make you feel bigger, Ty Rivera, to say something like that to me? Because you with me, it would be a game changer. If me and you walked arm in arm, gown in suit, to the Comedy Mothership or wherever, people would... I mean, who are you walking around with now? What kind of drug-addicted freak are you crawling in that sack with? I'd take you to a nice hotel. So don't shake your head at me. Oh, you're not my type. Trust me, I can be your type instantly.
A knife, because Kim Congdon and Sarah Weinshank are already coming for my neck. Well, I guess we had to get to part 2 sometime. I'm gonna apologize to you guys because this took a little bit longer than I wanted to take, but only because I wanted to talk about what it is that's happened and kind of the fallout that's happened since I put up part 1. If the out-of-town visitors are coming here
Basically, the
regularly...
fallout is just that Kim and Sarah are mad at him.
Yeah, Kim and Sarah are
That's
really
the
mad.
summary of that video.
So there's some
then we
great
go to
stuff. So
part
part 3, and this
I will
is
say this.
going after Sarah and Kim. This is the big stuff here. This is what you got to see. And other than that, you don't need to watch these videos. We watched them. Here's his beef. They're getting spots over him. I agree with him. We're going to go to 340, right?
Yeah, you could play for the second at the beginning if you want.
Let's see.
I will say this. It is very fake to ask you to do your show, and then he posted your picture about doing his show, so he promoted you. It's fake.
Hey guys, originally I was going to put this out, but yesterday Kim Congdon went crazy and turned into a total Karen by trying to get me and my friends canceled.
Ooh.
He broke me.
Cut away.
He broke.
So I figured I would share not only what the latest developments were, but also the text conversation that we had over Instagram DM. I really do think it needs to be called out because when she's calling people to tell them that they shouldn't have my friends on shows, what she needs to
You'll notice there's about
3:30.
1,000 cuts per second here, edits. I don't know how that works. Can somebody edit a Redbar segment where it's cut like this, where it tightens up all my stuff, just to see what that's like?
Would be horrible.
Just a 60-second, as fast as you could go with those cuts, and like 1,000 cuts, like 50 cuts per 30 seconds. Okay, is he done explaining
You
this?
could go to 3:30. So he's just going to show some messages between him and Sarah and
Mm-hmm.
Kim.
Ooh, 3:30. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Here he goes. And yeah, he's going to expose Sarah Weinshank and Kim Congdon. Thank you for doing this for us.
You feel that real friends tell you the truth. And they both need to know that their performances at the Comedy Mothership have not been up to snuff. And I'll tell you what they sent me, exactly what they sent me, because I do feel like it's important to be accurate in the way that I talk about things and the things that I say.
Same here.
So we'll start with Sarah because that was pretty quick. Sarah just sent, hey, kind of you're dragging me online when I've only ever been nice to you and went out of my way to do your show and always show you.
You know what you're going to see here. Talk about these are all adults here. These people are all older than me. Sarah, Ty, and Kim Congdon. I can't believe they still behave like this. These are DMs that they're showing between each other. Look how they talk to each other. You will never catch me in a DM saying anything other than, haha, thanks. Glad you're enjoying the show. Haha, classic. Or respect, brother heart. But you will never find me bickering like a, this to me is what the 17-year-olds don't even do this. You know who does this? The weird, I'm not going to even mention their names, but there's a group of people who does stuff like this. And it really is the behavior. I got to, lead by example here. This is behavior that you would never see me wearing. Thank you. So listen to these bitchy messages back and forth here.
I've only ever been nice to you and went out of my way to do your show and always show you love. You've also come up to me and told me I've had good sets. I don't want to be on bad terms with you, but this seems really fake and unnecessary. So I responded with, not fake at all. You know you have work to do, and if you don't, you're not being honest with yourself. I appreciate you doing the show, and I told you that. I even had Hooch walk you back, but you don't do well at Mothership, and that's a fact. Maybe record your audio.
Is the Adderall driving people to still do this? I mean, I would be so humiliated if there was a back and forth printed like this of me. I just can't believe it. I really feel like this is a lesson people aren't sharing online enough. That this is okay to go back and forth with people like this. Just you should not even really be checking your DMs or emails or answering your phone.
Once per week max.
Again, if it's not in here, what is this one? Star. Real Reason Palestine. Oh, and remind me, I got that big apology to Palestine coming up here. We do that right after this. There's enough in it. Corned beef. They're doing hot dogs. These people are, the icebreakers. Of course, I love the icebreakers. Segment. This is one of my favorite segments. Millie Bobby Brown and her fiance John Bon Jovi gave a good they were in New York with the Rangers and they couldn't be happier there. And this is icebreakers. You want to cut to that? So icebreakers. I skip right to icebreakers. Usually when I open a star, I go right to icebreakers. Let's see here. Getting leg up. Yeah, Kelly Rowland. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions about any of this, just let me know. Okay, so here's you just listen to them. I want to hear the bickering. I like the bickering, but what we need to learn from this is not how we treat people. If someone has a problem with you, figure out a way to make them look bad for years. Publicly with hours and hours and hours of content that you post about them and websites that maybe you build about them, but never this.
From your sets and be honest with yourself about how it's going. We're not on bad terms, but I'm 100% done pretending things are something other than what they are. Lastly, don't ever mention being nice to me like that's a favor. I'm nice to you as well, and I'm definitely not clamoring for you to be nice to me. And that's really the way I feel about it. I also think it's silly that she thinks that because I told the truth that I was dragging her. I'm not dragging her at all. And technically, I don't tell her she has good sets. What I usually say to her is I give her the big eyes, as big as my eyes will go, and I'll be like, fun set. When I say fun set like that to somebody, that's me being as nice as I can be.
I love, you gotta love Ty Rivera.
Incredible.
That is so. In stand-up comedy, you have to say this. So if you're standing, I would always stand by the stage smoking a cigarette, talking loudly while some comic is up there right next to me. And when they get off the stage, good set. So anyways, you have to say good set when a comedian gets off stage. Now, a lot of these delusional comics like Sarah Weinshake, everybody, she'll go up there and she'll bomb. She'll be jerky. She'll be choppy. And then what are you supposed to say? She comes up, looks you right in the eye. She's walking towards you. You go, fun set.
And now she's going to say, you said all my sets were good.
And she even said that in the message. She goes, you've told me my sets were good before. So it's like, Sarah, you don't have good sets. You get 3.2K views. It's time to go back to that 72-hour psych ward evaluation. Remember that? One of my favorite moments in comedy was when Sarah Weinshake had to check in to a 72-hour, what do they call this? Where it was against her will.
Sanitarium?
To an asylum. 72-hour eval. This was right after comedian Brody Stevens was caught killing himself. And it sent a lot of these comics couldn't deal with it. Sarah had a meltdown. She had to go to a 72, and people don't want to talk about this, not in the way I'm talking about it, definitely. That it was a very touching. Her parents admitted her. She was too kooky for the streets. They put her in the asylum, and they let her out after 72 hours. She tricked them. She conned her way out of that one. But to me, if you've been to an asylum and not a boarding school, an asylum, you should not be trusted. In this Brody Stevens death, did you have something to do with his death? Maybe. So, okay, he schools her here. I loved this part.
Is I give her the big eyes, as big as my eyes will go, and I'll be like, fun set. When I say fun set like that to somebody, that's me being as nice as I can be and acknowledging the fact that you did have a set and it probably was fun for you. I'm not saying that it completely wasn't fun for the audience, but maybe I'm old school, but I just like to see people kill it in actual shows. Yeah. So here's what happened with Kim Congdon, Miss.
Okay. So now we've got these Kim Congdon. Is this at 9:10?
Yeah.
Oh, 9:10. Look how quickly we pop up these time codes now here at Redbar.
They're taking it down. I
mean,
like
Kim Congdon.
Not just a comedy video, but like a special. Okay, whatever. To each his own. To each her own. So this creep was going through my stories, and then on one, she went ahead and put the clown emoji. And I'm like,
the clown emoji. So they call him the clown. If he was a Batman villain, his name would be Clown. Not the clown, Clown. That's probably a villain in comic. So he doesn't like that. So Kim Congdon, look how sneaky this is. She posts about him. She sends him this. Clown. Why? Because
she's just replying to his story.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had a story. And she says clown, but she's saying clown, not like normal people say clown. They're calling him because of this, because he's gay. Really.
I don't think he even realizes that.
They're calling it too because you're gay. They think you're a clown for that because they're red-pilled. So this is an anti-gay thing. That's why I'm here to stop this crap right now. Wait till you see Kim Congdon's behavior. Kim, you're on. It doesn't get any bigger than you're on Redbar, baby. You don't want to be on Redbar. How's my hair for this girl segment?
I think you look handsome today.
Thank you, Kim. What do you think here?
I'm sure everyone would agree.
Disgusting, too gross for you, huh, Kim? All right, let's hear what Kim and him do.
Creep sending me a clown emoji right now. And I was at the creek sitting with friends at the
Creek
time.
in the Cave, one of my favorite places.
Enjoying my life. It was a nice night tonight. But I did want to entertain this only for the screenshots. So I sent back, glad to know you're so easily shaken. And then I also sent a clown emoji because I don't care. I am a clown. You don't get a tattoo like this and then get offended by somebody calling you a clown. She put quaking. And then I sent, use this time to write jokes instead, which I really feel like she should do, is just write some jokes. Stop with whatever you're doing right now and work on your actual set. My words really should have inspired you. But
what he's about to expose here is this back and forth that they have, like a couple of 7th or 8th graders at a bar mitzvah fighting over the copy Coleman. when I went to these bar mitzvahs as a kid, a lot of the kids wanted to, cut to the dessert, cut to the party, cut to the DJ. They wanted to suggest a song for the DJ, dance with a girl, party at these bar mitzvahs. Not me. I was so much more interested in the religious aspects. I would always try to buddy up with the grandparents there and the rabbis and really learn about the afikomens and the stepping of the glass, of course, which nearly put one of my feet out for a year when the glass went through my foot.
I thought that was prop bottles for film. I didn't know it was real glass.
No. It says sacrifice.
Let's go on. So she put...
Yeah, they want you to do that so you cut your foot and maybe you can't... you send everybody home before dinner comes out at the party. You save a lot of money. Jews. And I've got a big thing against Jews today, and I'm on Palestine's side. That's coming up right up. Don't let me forget about this.
Put it next.
Okay, just watch this, because this is... I just wanted... He exposed the behavior. I wanted to relay this to my audience. Because this is the real Kim Congdon. Look how she carries on here.
Work on your actual set. My words really should have inspired you. But let's go on. So she put, you'll have plenty of time to do that because you won't be getting much stage time. LOL, LOL, LOL. 3 LOLs. What are you, going nuts right now? Or is that the ha 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 ha? Ha ha ha! Seems kind of unhinged. Whatever.
That was unhinged.
The thing you have to know about me is I've already told people I'm quitting stand-up anyway. So anything you think you're going to take away from me doesn't matter. If you want to get on the phone with the people from Skankfest and tell them you don't want me there anymore.
And I love the idea behind,
behind...
I'm assuming he edits these videos too, right?
Does it take him like an hour?
I don't know. How is everybody, by the way, where did everyone, first of all, learn to edit? Okay, I had to go to film school for this. It cost me $60,000 to learn how to barely work Avid. And now every day, an edit like this would take me, I don't know, 48 consecutive hours.
Definitely got to be some sort of program that jump cuts between every breath.
I don't know, unless these people are so hammed up on Adderall.
No way.
Which, by the way, I tried Adderall to try to get some of this merch done. It did not work on me. It made me feel exhausted. Because I was so horny. So that's out. But I don't know what these people are on where they could do for some shitty video like this. You're spending 12 hours editing this? I don't know. I don't know where everyone is.
There's no way he's sitting there cutting between every word.
Is there a program that just takes out all your silences maybe that they're using for these edits? I don't know.
There has to be.
There probably is, but how many people are actually utilizing that? There's a lot of shortcuts in life. People usually don't utilize all these shortcuts. So there could be a lot of people emulating what the shortcut does, but in doing it by hand, thinking that's how you do it. I'd love to speak to some editors. Kills me that people know how to edit. I thought this was a special skill that I had paid to learn. Down the drain. You know what I could do with if I had 60 fucking grand right now? Do you know what I could do with this place? 2 disco balls. Okay, listen.
At it. Flex your muscle, Kim Congdon. Also, the first step of blacklisting or blackballing somebody is gaslighting them into believing that they're not being blacklisted or blackballed. Plus, I've seen a lot of the menu day, and the only blackballs you should be worried about are the ones that are usually hitting your chin. Good try, though. Then I said, how much of my stage time do you think was coming from Mothership? Because I am a true beast, and will go to every mic I can possibly go to, and then we'll get booked to do longer sets at other spots that aren't the Mothership. So I really am not worried about her taking my stage time like that. I don't even know why she thought this was a thing. And then that's when she responded with, LOL, that's not what I meant. Have fun, clown. All right, Kim, I get it. You're trying to threaten me. Little do you understand, while your friends may be humoring you in DMs, people are also laughing because I just clown you guys, and that's what it is. And I didn't even mean to. I was just calling out the fact that you guys don't have good sets at Mothership. If Adam is having problems cutting fat on the show, I'll tell him where he can cut some fat. No pun intended, but you guys are fat that could be cut. And so I just sent back, unlike you, I don't only do one show. And then she sent, thanks for your spots, and then the kiss face emoji. And then I put, good luck selling more than 15 tickets of both.
She's how nasty. This is thanks for your spots. That's pretty nasty, meaning she's taking his available spots.
So you're admitting what he's saying
at
is
the
true.
comedy mothership. Thanks for your spots. Nothing you could do about it. I'm friends with Joe Rogan. So you're going to take his spots. That's so nasty. It's so youthful. Maybe this is how you maintain a youthful look. As a girl, you act like a little kid by stealing people's spots.
Next time. Hopefully those numbers come up on your quote-unquote special. And that's just 100% true. She sold 15 tickets at Vulcan, which Vulcan holds over 300. There's an upstairs and downstairs. She sold 15 tickets. And then Sarah's Wine Shake said, hold my beer, sold even less than that. Abysmal. Get a hold of yourselves. Can we stop acting like we're running the comedy world when we're only selling 15 tickets? And then she said, you're the only one worried. There's nothing you can say. So I sent back, I'm not the one hitting you up late on a Sunday night. So then she sent back, got me, Roast King. And I sent back,
so that's this. And it goes on for
Here, put it on 2x speed.
40 minutes. I've never 2x speeded something on the show. And I'm going to try that now. We'll do playback 2x. And let's see their conversation here.
For part 2, and then she sent, can't wait, LOL. I'm telling you, this bitch is nuts. So then I sent back, also we'll be doing a full review of your special. And then she sent, I love watching people ruin their already non-existing careers. So then I sent back, is that why you put out a special?
Wait, there's more. I love this curb thing. That gets me every time.
She put, get more tattoos and keep being a spiteful little bitch. I'm sure it'll fix whatever's going on mentally. LOL. You only picked on a woman because anyone else would beat your puny little ass. Whoa. Laughing emoji. Pussy. I'm a gay man. Do you think I'm offended by the word pussy? Also, she's right. I did only mention her and Sarah Wineshank. They were the two that popped in my head. Jeffrey Burner is always eating hot shit at the mothership. And I love Jeffrey Burner. I'm very friendly with him. We often talk about working out and we've had some good chats, but Jeffrey Burner could go too. Maybe drop him down to one spot. I'm not saying any of these people shouldn't get any of these spots, but you have to remember, there's 80 spots in a week. Adam says that he's not able to book all of us, and I'm not the only one that he would occasionally give weeks off because he didn't have any room for us. But if you're giving Sarah Wineshank 4 spots, and you're giving Kim Congdon 4 spots, and then let's say you're giving Jeffrey Burner even 2 spots, that's 10 spots right there. Drop them all down to 1.
Cut out all of his talking and just show the text.
Yeah, well, there they are. Go see it for
yourself. They go back and forth for so fucking long, like they're both sitting on their phones on their like, no, fuck you.
And that's kind of all I wanted. It's not really not important what they're saying.
No,
it's just the fact that Kim Congdon is doing this. She knows Joe Rogan. So Rogan is okay with this childish behavior at the mothership. And thank you, Ty, for exposing that. I'd like to send Ty some money. I'd like to send Ty a nice pot of money